Hello viewers and subscribers of AGRICLIVE podcast.
This is AGRICLIVE.
Hello viewers and subscribers of AGRICLIVE podcast. You're welcome. I'm your humble host, John Odushote. So with me right here, we have the MD, CEO of Taiwo Farms Limited, and Joyful Foods is also the CEO of India Rich Financial Services. He's an astute poultry businessman for over 3 decades. Let's welcome with me right here, Dr. Taiwo Olusanya.
Right. Thank you very much, Fermi.
Yes, sir.
This great opportunity.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So, doctor, there are a lot of things to touch from you because, by virtue of privilege, I have maybe some form of access to, know certain things about you already. So, I know you are someone that you are, like I mentioned, you are an astute businessman. And I know, of course, you are very keen on education, you're very keen on knowledge. But how did all of this begin? I mean, you own Taiwo Farms, Joyful Foods, and you also own a foundation, Taiwo Heritage Foundation, and then some other financial services. But how did all of this begin, sir?
Yeah, everything is about vision. I won't count for himself. Okay. Let me begin with poultry. I started poultry business 1994, August 1994 to be precise. So that was when I was in the final class at undergraduate level. So I think the idea came through watching a television, a program on NTA called Food Basket of the Nation in the 90s. So from there I picked the idea of poultry, and I decided to make some inquiries about it, and I was convinced that I can start this thing and take it to a level that one can say one is fulfilled.
Okay, sir.
So that was how the idea came in.
Wow, that's interesting to know, sir. So you said you started while you were at the undergraduate level. I mean, you studied at the Ogun State Polytechnic. That's what should have done Polytechnic right now. Okay. So what was your major in other than?
I studied marketing management.
Okay.
I'm not a science student.
Not okay.
Well, by virtue of determination, I have to do some private studies in science, so that poultry business is about science and management.
Yes,
so I need to do private studies so that I'll be able to harness resources that relates to the aspect of animal husbandry, not just the management aspect in terms of health, nutrition, and other things.
Okay. So, I mean, one of the issues that we face as youths at this time is the urgency to make quick fix, to make quick money. So, it's very, very good to hear that right from your undergraduate level, you're already having a vision of growing a business that will stand the test of time. But was there, aside the television show, the Food Basket, that you program that you watched, was there like an exposure? Did you have an exposure to this poultry industry? Like, did you do maybe an internship somewhere exactly? Or
not at all.
Okay.
The only thing that I know was that when I was curious about going to poultry business, that was a man in Shagamu called Gako.
Okay.
That was the first let me say point of contact to poultry.
Okay.
The man was having a small shop along Akaribo Road. Okay. It was like a consultant to smallholder farmers.
Okay.
And then I went to him. I prepared a series of questions, and I went to the man. He was answering the questions. I was asking, he was asking. So I got all the information from him. And fortunately, when I went for my youth service, I was posted to Oyo State. So Oyo State is like a hub of poultry. So from there, I also learned more. Informally. It wasn't a formal training or let me say training. I was fortunate to meet a friend whose father owns a poultry. So we used to go there during our primary, what they call this thing now, this thing we used to do every Thursday. CDS, yeah. Then we leave our place, we go to his father's farm, play, ask the guy series of questions. He's a popular guy in Ibadan, they call him Amala. He graduated from University of Ibadan.
Okay. So, sir, how was it beginning? Because I know for poultry farming, aside the knowledge which you were keen on getting, from different sources and, trainings, capital resources is very vital when it comes to, business, especially poultry farming. So how were you able, as an undergraduate and just, immediately after your formal education, how were you able to pull resources together to start something?
Thank you very much. There are so many concepts to starting a business. But from the kind of background I have, I might not have that money. But once your integrity is there and you are focused, your friends can predict you. They can trust you to a certain level. Your family members. That's why I used to advise the younger ones: don't play with your integrity. At that time, I have friends that I can say, I use this money. I have sisters, I have nephews that, let me give you 10,000, let me give you 5,000. So how can you use people's money? Then the idea of partnership was also a very good idea, which I started with in the area of feed milling. And I wanted to start a feed mill, I don't have that money. So I have to invite 4 people to be part of it. And we started in a very small way. We don't need for say 1 or 1.5 years. Then each of us started with. So they also started their own, I also started mine.
Wow.
When we, once you can use that kind of ideas in terms of partnership, then having a good friends, what people call it social capital these days. So you also leverage on that. Then I also have some what I would call home support from my parents. So from there, that was the genesis.
That doesn't mean after your higher institution you did not go into any formal job, just waiting to
let me I don't even know how to write application.
Wow. I'm curious, sir, but I've always been curious. What or who inspired or inspires you? Because you can find very few, and the pathway that many Nigerians and youths of today think is after your education, you just find a job to do, you find somewhere to just fix yourself in. But it seems like for you, you already had a vision of what you're doing.
Let me say desperation to survive was the first thing. I said desperation to survive. Because looking at the background I have, I was like, are you sure you get a job? Are you sure you get a job? That has been a constant thing in my mind. So I have to provide alternative for myself. So right from my NYSC days, I've been keeping money. Now I told you my final class, I was already having birds, about 60 birds that I collected for Michelle in Agege in those period. I was keeping money on my alawi. Fortunately, where I served with all of my heart, and I was also embraced by my employers. They were supporting me. They were financially everything to make sure that I didn't stop as a new core member. And I was, of course, brought myself to a level of working, doing so many things for them. Now, as I said in the desperation to survive, so I have to think of what I will do by myself, to get income. So I was thinking maybe I will improve on poultry, I will commit my entire life to poultry business. And that was the way I started. Unfortunately or fortunately, some of my colleagues that took teaching job
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
I discovered that the number of beds I have at that time, which was 60 beds,
Okay.
was actually paying me more income than
What
the state government was paying teacher at that time.
Okay.
Am I
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what I'm getting from poultry,
It's
that
even
little,
at that. Okay.
that little number was much more than what the state government was paying the teachers, the newly recruited graduate teachers.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Like that. The one I'm getting was net income because I would just get out of my father's the room that was given to me by my father. I would just get out and get into the compound, take care of the bed, then go in again.
Okay.
So you understand?
Yes,
and at the end of the month, I was giving myself around 3,000 naira a month, and it was a good money at that time.
So it was like you have struck the gold mine.
So when my parents were saying, go and look for a job, I said, what I'm getting here is better than looking for a job.
Okay.
So it's better I concentrate on this, increase. You know, when you scale up, as you are scaling up, you get more income. So
I mean, this is really noteworthy, you know, for youths, in the sense that you can begin at, you know, any stage that you are, especially when you have the right vision. Like, you know, he just mentioned, integrity really matters in terms of harnessing from the social capital, in terms of, you know, pulling resources. Once you are able to build your integrity such that people can depend or rely, you know, on your word, then you're able to harness from the social capital to start something. Okay, thank you so much, sir. That's excellent. So how was the beginning like? Now, I understand, like you mentioned, that you started with 60 beds as a den, but how was the journey like at, let's say, the first 5 years?
It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It wasn't rosy, as many people used to say. But you know, the conviction that this thing can be done. Okay. One person that I was privileged to know more about was Chief AGRICLIVE. Okay. He's still alive. He also had that system. He was using the model of Balufo. You know, the way he treats staff, one can count on himself that, if I get to a certain level, you can as well do something like this. So it's a business one can depend on. It's a business that you can transfer to another generation. Do you understand? So lately I began to know about animal care as well. So those 3 farms shaped my vision. Okay. Better than what I saw in man.
Okay. Now, you know, some of us, including yourself, sir, you've transformed the livestock industry in such a way that it has gone beyond just a backyard thing now. It is something, like you mentioned, that
I have to thank God for that.
Yes, sir. So I mean, it has given young people like us a prospect. It has given young people like us, you know, a vision that we can grow into and know that it's something we can establish and even pass on from generation to generation. Okay. Excellent, sir. Now, one striking thing that I note from you is your keenness for education and for knowledge and for information. How important is knowledge in poultry business?
Thank you very much for that question. You know, I think on 2 occasions I've made reference to my background. Okay. If not for the opportunity of education, perhaps I'll be in the village carrying a day gun to do hunting. So I used to thank my God, my parents, most especially my father, Chief Taiwo Olusanya. He was insisting that you guys must get educated. And in addition, if not for education, I can't be where I am now. In terms of the business I'm doing, as I said, I'm not a science student, but I'm able to compound feed. I've been compounding feed since 1996. Formulating feed for myself. Even though I wasn't a trained agric student in the university. Okay? 1998, I owned my own personal feed mill. The one I have I had in 1996 was from the partnership arrangement.
Okay.
But in 1998, I own a personal one.
Okay.
And I've been formulating feed. I've been training so many students on how to formulate feeds. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
You know, this is a program that will take some other students 5 years to do in the university. But I don't deny, I have to train myself, go to UNAM, go to different places, even poultry farmers, to learn this thing.
Wow.
So it's the need or the drive to survive in the industry one find himself.
Okay.
So that is the reason for that.
Okay.
And if there's no education, you can't get all these things. I remember the first day I compounded feed in Shagamu in the 90s.
Okay.
People ran away from me. They ran away because they were not exposed to it.
Okay.
I remember some friends that I gave the sample to, they said, don't mind tying what the people, at that time you have the like of sandals. The thing the people were using magic to do. He said he want to do it.
So from like, okay, I guess. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Nǹkan tí ẹgbẹ́ magic náà ìbò fi ń ṣe láti ẹni yẹ yìí. Ẹgbẹ́ tó máa ṣe.
Okay, wow.
Is that understand?
Yes, sir.
So
it was not a common practice.
It wasn't a common practice.
Okay.
Unlike in Ibadan.
Okay.
Unlike in Ibadan. Here in Ibadan at that time, it wasn't a common practice. It was even those the few ones that were doing it.
Yeah, okay, it was something that was
gathered from the people. But we thank God for today. I will continue to thank God for everything.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, sir. Please, sir, I would love to know what will you mention as your 3 business philosophies? Like what shapes your business model? What guides your business model that has helped it to grow consistently and sustainably over these years?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I have a vision for myself, for the family, and for the business. So based on that vision, we have integrity as one of the core values. Okay, we have integrity, optimism, that this thing can be done. We can achieve it. Okay.
Okay.
And then, what's the third one there now? Integrity, optimism. The third one, can I remember now? It's on my what is it called? On our vision statement there. Okay. Those 3 values are actually a kind of guide in what we do. Do you get me now?
Yeah.
So, and that is the way we are moving. We are working around that. Okay? It's a guiding principle that we are using.
All right. So since you started, after the coalition, let me put it that way, of 4 friends coming together for the 5 of 4 from outside the 5. Okay. And then when you started yours in 1998, so from there till now, how have you what is it financial discipline, or let me say, how has financial discipline helped you to manage the resources in your business?
Thank you very much. In business, I'd like to borrow some words of other people.
Okay.
As a business person, don't spend like a salary. Okay?
Yes, sir.
You don't compare yourself to salary, someone taking salary on a monthly basis.
Okay.
You might be rough in terms of appearance, not too fine or flamboyant. Okay. When I started the business, many friends somehow or indirectly rejected me because what the business demand at that time, I cannot wear this kind of cloth.
I understand, sir.
You understand now?
Yes, sir.
And so people used to refer to me so dirty, because that is what the business required at that time. Because I'm the poultry attendant, I'm the salesman or marketer, I'm the accountant, I'm the driver, and in some occasions I'm the security of the farm. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So, putting everything together, you have to be the center of it.
Yes.
Because the analysts at that time cannot afford to pay all these things that I've mentioned earlier. So you have to be at the center.
Yes.
And that's the only way you can manage the little fund. You have to be there. You must know everything. Even at this stage, you must also know it. Because if you don't have that knowledge, one can be swindled by the people you put in charge. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
So, one thing that has helped me in the area of finance is I try to be myself. If you go internationally, you discover that there is a way farmers in Europe and US live their life. You can't be a farmer in Shagamu and be living in Bodilum. You can't be a farmer in Remo, okay? And be living in Eleki.
Okay.
Your farm is here in Remo, or to be precise in Shagamu, and you are living in Lekki. Look at the operational cost, look at the running cost on your side. Then when there's a need for you to, quickly attend to certain things, how can you connect? So I didn't try to live the life of my friends that belongs to the organized sector. I didn't try to,
Okay. Okay.
I live a life of a farmer. They live a life of either a banker or a teacher, a lecturer, or are you getting the point?
Yes, sir. Okay.
So I was living my life, and I'm still living my life
Just focused on one thing.
based on what I'm doing.
Okay. That's excellent, sir. Okay. So you mentioned about filling in the roles of many things, and to a little extent I can relate. Okay. So people will mention hard work, smart work. Which one are you going for, sir? Hard work or smart work?
If you are not embracing hard work, you can't be smart at work.
Okay. That's a little bit. Yes, sir.
That's my own belief anyway.
Okay.
Because, to not put it this way, now I learned how to formulate manually. But I've been using software since 1998 to formulate a pitch. So if I don't have a background, or if I don't know how to use or do hard work through calculating, both day and night, the number of blades, the number of wheat over, the number of soya, and other things, then I'll not be able to use the software easily.
Then you've not mastered.
So if you have not mastered the manual aspect of it, what I'm trying to say is that it is through hard work that you now begin to say, this thing I'm doing, how can I do it in a smart way?
Ways to do. Okay.
Yes,
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is your advice for a young man, a young woman out there that wants to go into poultry farming? What do you say is your advice, to a young man or a young woman out there that approaches you and says, I want to go into poultry farming now in a very short or an easy, in a very short
Small size?
Precise way. What will you say? What advice will you give quickly, sir?
Yeah, anyone that decides to go into poultry business now, as a young person, or let me say, startup.
Yes.
I only advise that you should start small. It's a principle of life, and it's got across all the businesses. Okay. The principle is the same. I actually studied business administration in Bangkok, and my areas of specialization is entrepreneurship and small business management. Okay, it's the same principle. It's just little differences. If you are given 500,000, for example, to start a business, okay, and another friend of yours is given 10 million, I think it is better for that friend of yours to start with 500. You know why?
Okay.
Because you still need to learn. If you learn with 500,000 and there's a mistake and 500,000, he still has money to start all over. Learning from the mistake. Okay?
Yes, sir.
But if you now put the 10 million that was given to you into that business, because then you must make a mistake. It is compulsory.
Okay.
You make a mistake. But don't make what I call fatal one.
Okay.
Fatal mistake is destructive. One might not come back. And it is dirty that they must make mistake.
When you say it is dirty,
Go and check.
Yes.
You know why? Many people don't go for mentorship again. The only people that will not make mistake is people that are well mentored. Because your mentor has experienced those things.
Mistakes, okay.
Okay? And he's trying to guide you. And provided you are obedient to what your mentor is telling you. So, in business, we used to recommend mentorship. Okay? But how many people are ready for mentorship? Very few. The percentage is very small. But parents don't even want you to go to Mr. Lagbaja and get mentored. Okay? You know, in these days, we used to have the children we are having now. You know that they want to prove to us that they are our teachers. You don't know. That is the people you guys work with. You believe you are the teacher to your parents. That is the way you guys live your life. Because then you have to be mindful of the people you run to as well for guidance. You understand?
Yes. Okay, so start small as youth, especially when you're just trying, the poultry business as a starter, and then of course get guidance, get a mentor, get proper training, as much as possible. Okay, so let me ask this question before we round up. So you are in the poultry industry as a whole. You find some that are focused on maybe the poultry family itself, the production, some that are focused on maybe the egg sales and
yes.
Exactly. You find some that are focused on female soul milling or sales of ingredients. You find some that are focused on one aspect, you're keen to one aspects of the value chain. But for you, sir, which is very inspiring, you have managed to do everything at the level together. Okay, sir. So, yeah. Now, my question is, what exactly drives you through all of this? Is it the passion for agriculture and for poultry so much, or as a businessman, is it the profitability?
Well, you have mentioned the last reason, but I won't say profitability, but I will say survival.
Okay.
It's only when you are profitable that you will survive. But I chose survival.
Okay, sir.
You understand now? Not just the profitability aspect of it. So, I told you earlier that at the time that I moved around, I moved to a lot of places to gather information about poultry. Because I wasn't a trained poultry or agric person from the university or wherever. But I moved around. I knew many farms in Ijebu. I knew few in Abeokuta. Okay?
Yes.
Then Shagamu. We talk about a driving force. Okay? If you want to survive on a journey, then you must find smarter ways. Okay?
Yes.
Better ways of moving to where you are going. Even cheaper way.
Yes.
Because it matters. As of today, percentage of eggs sold in the market isn't branded. I wanted to buy a cage at a time. Automation. I was using automation in the farm. Right? I was using automation. I told my son that you all knew the time we were using automation in this farm. Okay? But when they became, the battery cages now became obsolete, that they needed replacement. They couldn't afford to buy the replacement. And I called my wife, put down so many things. How do we go about this? If you buy this one for 10 naira and it's giving you 90% production, don't forget the cost. This is a particular experience.
Yes,
you buy this particular cake 10 naira and it's giving you 90% production, right?
Yes.
You now buy the local one fabricated by you, okay, for 4 naira and it's giving you 87%. Which one is more profitable? Bearing in mind, you still have the population in terms of workforce.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Those are the things, those are the critical questions we need to be asking ourselves. A young man like you would prefer that of 10 million because it is automation. Abi? But don't forget. So I will now ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
How much does it cost you using your own method to produce one egg? And I will tell you how much it cost me to produce that same one egg. So if you have taken 10 from a particular bank, I have taken 4 from a particular bank. Who will be the first investor to repay his or her loan?
Yes, sir.
So that is the principle. You don't just look at the convenience alone.
Okay.
You look at the profitability in terms of payback period. Okay?
Yes.
Bearing in mind, there is no policy that insists that you must use automation. So those are the things. Yes, automation, new technology is good.
Yes, sir.
But what is the cost? Exactly. That is the correct question. At what cost? Of course, you are in the business to make profit, not for fancy. So you understand?
Yes, sir.
So those are the things we have to think, marry together.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Wow, okay. So as much as possible, you bring down the costs to increase your profitability. Wow.
Ask your chairman, he knows about what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so let me ask this final question. Of course, there are still many things to touch, but for the sake of the time, so let me ask this final question. If there is anything at all, in what way do you think the Ogun State government could, help and could come in, to make the poultry industry better for you and for other poultry farmers?
Thank you very much. The Ogun State government, currently led by Prince Dr. Abiodun, has been doing the best they could do to support agriculture generally. Let me just say agriculture generally. Okay?
Yes,
because poultry is just a subsector of agriculture. Do you understand?
Yes.
So where we only need them is about. In recent times, I've been seeing improvement on infrastructures, especially road and the likes. This is a good one, and we are literally begging them to improve on that. Okay?
Yes.
That's number one. Number two is about supporting us in the area of capacity building. What do I mean by that? I know they cannot say, okay, poultry farmers, we want to train you. Okay? But they can do better in the area of when there is a program that farmers can benefit from, it's also about farmers.
Okay.
Through that, they can improve the capacity of farmers, exposing us to so many new things that can make our work better. Okay? I'm not an advocate of the government dispensing money to people. If there are grants, there is a good one. Like the one they did recently. Everybody benefited. Most smallholder farmers benefited. Those are. Well, thank you for reminding me that one is a good one. Through that medium, they were able to uplift many farmers that participated in that program. I think they call it OGS something. So you understand? It's a good OG step. Yeah, it's a good one. And I think that doing it for the crop farmers currently. Okay, that's a good one. We appreciate them for that. So when there are other grants that can uplift farmers, they should endeavor to make sure that the real farmers access it. The one that they did in relation to broilers, the real farmers actually benefited. We thank them for that. We thank His Excellency for that, for doing that, and we still ask for more. Okay, things like that are better. You don't need to dispense any money to. You don't need to dispense money to people. But there are programs like the OG step that will actually reach the real farmers.
Make the actual impact.
Make the desired impact on their businesses. Because, buying input at a reduced price is so significant.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Doctor, for granting us this opportunity. Thank you for being a blessing to the younger generation and to our viewers and subscribers. Okay, so we have a little token here from you.
I hope for money. I need money.
Okay, sir. It's a little word from AGRICLIVE. Thank you, sir, for this opportunity.
Okay.
God bless you. And of course, we might be getting a few requests, and based on your permission, as time goes on, maybe for maybe for personal training, I don't know, whatever conditions that you might have, but for adventure I might get from our viewers or subscribers, I'll be able to relate it to you.
Yeah, there's no problem about that. Thank you. We thank your crew member for the job and the opportunity given. So,
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Alright, so thank you, our viewers, for staying with us. It has been an interesting conversation with Dr. Taiwo Olusanya. Okay, so this is AGRICLIVE. I remain your host, Joseph Ewami John with Dushote. Ensure you are subscribed and you turn on your post notification so you are alerted when our videos drop on YouTube. Okay, so till next episode, stay tuned and watch out. Alright, bye. Thank you.